嘿，大家好，我叫石老师。今天我们要学11个很有用的字。那我们第一个字干。Our first character today, 干, means dry. This actually has several different pronunciations, but for now we're only going to learn this one and this meaning. 干, dry. Now, if we add a 撇 to the top of our 干, we get noon, pronounced 五. It's kind of like somebody said goo, but they took the g off. 五, noon. Now, our next character, you see that shu, the vertical line hitting the top of our noon, has gone through. This character, pronounced 牛,牛, means cow. Why? Well, because the cow is the only animal that works through noon. 牛. Now, our next character means year. There's a lot of extra lines added, and it's a little hard to see the relationship between this one and the previous ones. But its pronunciation is 年, ni, en, like ni, and then end. 年. Again, year. This character means year. 年. This is used for anything related to years, including the year of the cow. 牛年. Now, our next set of characters are all based on this piece, shang. Shi, ang, shang. Now, this sh thing sounds similar to the English shi, like in English. However, the difference is, like with sun, r, you have to roll your tongue back, up behind your soft palate, creating this kind of almost back of the mouth, not quite guttural sound. Shang. This character, we have an E and then all this stuff up above. This means above, or on top of, or to go up, or to get on top of. It actually has a lot of meanings depending on context, and we'll save that explanation and conversation for later. For now, above. Shang. Now, if we take our shang and we flip it upside down, we have its opposite, below. Xia. Xia. Kind of like I have a lisp. Xia. And this is different from s or sh. Xia. Below, under, to go down, etc. If we add one more stroke to that character, we get boo. Boo. Like peekaboo, boo. This character is no. It simply means no. It is the go-to negation for adjectives, verbs, etc. Boo. Now, our last character in this set is a compound character. It's composed of 3 characters we've previously learned. Its pronunciation is shi. Shi. So that same initial as shang above, sh, with like the ending of r, sun. Shi. This character means to be. It is our go-to verb for drawing a connection of identity between 2 nouns. We'll talk more about its use in our grammar because it's a bit different from English. Shi. It's composed of a sun, below, and a person. Because people be, exist below the sun. Shi. Now, our next 3 characters are fundamental in making useful words. The first being zao. Zao. Z, like the end of the word ends. Zao. Ow. Oh, zao. This character means morning. Or rather, it means early, but is often used for the word morning. Why is it early? Well, the sun has only been up for 10 minutes. 早. Our next character, 晚. 晚. This character means late. It is the opposite of 早 and also then relates to night or evening. 晚. The piece on the left, we have a sun, and next to that, we have the character for to avoid, which we will learn formally later. So one last time, 晚. Now our last character today means a working group, or a group of individuals. It's pronounced 班. 班. For the context of this class, we are going to learn this character to mean work, like the actual concept of work. And that'll clear up a lot of confusion in our words section. And that is all we have for our characters. Before we get started on our words, I would like to remind you, use the echo method. When I speak, do not immediately repeat. Give yourself time for the sound to echo in your mind. Close your eyes if you have to. Construct a mental image of the sound and let your ear hear the sound, and then repeat. If I'm moving too fast for that process, pause the video each time I pronounce. I promise you it is worth the time. So, our first word, 早上. 早上. Morning, on top of. Now, remember, 早 actually means early. It is only in the context of this word right here that it means morning. 早上. This is the word for morning. One last time. 早上. Next. 上午. 上午. Pre-noon. In Mandarin, we will divide the noon times into 3 parts. Not just noon and afternoon, but pre-noon, noon, afternoon. So again, 上午, pre-noon. 中午, 中午, noon. Very simply, midday. 中午, 下午, 下午, afternoon. Now note, in Mandarin, this will cover all times from noon up until the sun actually goes down. Because it is not until the sun is gone that we have 晚上. 晚上. Evening. So literally, when we are avoiding the sun, and then the shang just makes this into a word. It turns 晚 from late into the word evening. One last time. 晚上. 不早. 不早. Exactly what it looks like. Not early. We can negate adjectives just like we can in English. And in fact, this is super common in Mandarin. 不早. Its opposite. 不晚. 不晚. Not late. 不晚. 牛年. 牛年. This word means the year of the cow, or cow year. 牛年. 上班. 上班. To go to work. Don't let this confound you. Shang means to get on top of. Ban means our working group. In this case, shang actually means to go to or to take a job, to do a job, to work. 上班, to work. And its opposite. 下 班下班 to get off work. 下班 That is all for our words. For today's grammar and sentences, we will first talk about the use of 是, meaning to be. Then, we'll have a few sentences discussing how to use time in Mandarin and some basic sentence order. So, 是. This can be a pretty confounding concept for people, but the reality is it is super easy. 是 in Mandarin means to be. The one caveat is that it cannot be used with nouns and adjectives. That is to say, you cannot say 美国人是白 Americans are white. You cannot use it in this way because we're saying a noun is an adjective. In English, we can do this. Americans are white, fine. In Mandarin, we use a different word to connect an adjective and a noun. Other things we cannot do. 中国人是美 Chinese people are beautiful. Again, 美 is an adjective, and we cannot say nouns are adjectives with 是. So what can we do with 是? Well, we can say 美国人是牛 Americans are cows. Obviously, factually incorrect. But this is something we can say, and this proves the point of how we use 是. We use it to say that a noun is a noun, that its identity is this other thing. Not to describe, but to say it is essentially this. Another example. 中国人不是美国人 Chinese people are not American people. This one, factually correct, can also be used with 是. 是 here is saying that this noun, Chinese people, are not this noun, American people. They do not share the same identity, these two things. 是. Not to beat the point dry, we'll leave it at this. 是 is a noun to a noun, not a noun to an adjective. Now, I want to give one more example talking about 不. 不 can be used for any verb, any adjective, all sorts of things. So if we wanted to say, for instance, cows do not work, we might say 牛不上班牛不上班 Cows do not work. Very simple. Now, our next two examples are going to tell us a bit about how time works in Chinese, as well as basic sentence order. So our go-to rule we're going to establish right now is that time goes at the beginning of our sentence, which means if we have a verb, anything happening, an event, it'll always come after the time has been stated. For example, 天天早上上班天天早上上班 Every day, in the morning, go to work. In English, we might say, I go to work in the morning. Notice morning there is at the end. In Chinese, we will say morning, go to work. And in this case, every day is a higher order time concept. It's on a larger scale than 早上, so we put that first. Every day, morning, go to work. 天天早上上班 One more example. 天天下午下 班。天天下午下班。Every afternoon or every day in the afternoon, get off work. Now, real quick note, neither of these are complete sentences. We're missing quite a few fundamental things, like a subject. However, they illustrate the point of time and then your event. 天天下午下班。So our takeaways: 是 cannot link nouns to adjectives, only nouns to nouns. 不 can go before any adjective or verb. And last, time goes at the beginning of our sentence. That's all I have for you today. Please rewatch the video, give your ears some more time to adjust to sounds, and maybe take some time to experiment with writing your own phrases. 大家, I'll see you in the next video. As always, 加油!